Hi there. I think we should name our species and give it a new name. And I have a good suggestion. It's Homo Suicidis or Homo Suicidalis. We are suicidal as a culture, as a humanity at the moment. We are completely distracted from the true basis of our existence, which is food, energy, water. And we're completely preoccupied with stuff that is completely unnecessary, complete luxury. We used to pray for rain. We used to be on farms and know exactly why we had something to eat. And the things that were beyond our control, we used to pray for to the gods and ask for rain and ask for a good summer and a good harvest. These days, we're trying to get our hands on an iPad or an iPod, and meanwhile, you can calculate as a fact that precipitation will be reduced in the future, cutting down food supply 10% with every degree of temperature increase, and we can calculate and we know for sure that it is going to be at least 4 degrees this century, which means that by the end of this century we are basically starved of any food, and the mass migrations and the turmoil will cause so much trouble that protecting an economy is nonsense. The only economy that really counts is the food economy, your local food economy. But no, that's not an issue. We have been hijacked by an army of professional marketeers that have made their business of taking our most primitive motivations, talking to it, engaging it, and redirecting it towards futile, useless things and needs. We think we need an iPad. We think we need an iPod. We think we need a big house, a big car, and we don't. We don't need that at all. There's nothing in our lives that makes it necessary to have that. Specifically people that live in a nice farmhouse in a kind of a fertile area of the south of France or even Bulgaria or Romania have a better life than people that lives in the inner city of New York, and probably a longer lifespan. But the point is that it doesn't matter anymore, because we are suicidal. We have become a suicidal species. If these bankers and these financial wizards were so smart, then why is it all so complicated? If these armies and these fighter jets and drones and stuff like that are so advanced, then why is there conflict in the world? They are useless. If our leaders are such big leaders, or if they are so capable of leading these big nations, then why are there so much problems? They suck. Our leadership sucks because at that level, of the level of a nation like America, on the level of Europe or the world, there's nothing you can lead. There's only things you can destroy. And what you need for that is suicidal people. And you will get them if you use marketing to distract them from what they really need. Homo Suicidalis. That's what we have become. And there's I think a real basis for that assumption also, because in the last century, without any threats and without any harsh selection, in the Western world at least, people have become more playful, more like the dogs in the experiments, or the wolves. There was this Russian guy. He was tasked with breeding wolves that were less aggressive, and after 5 generations, he had dogs, basically, playful animals that didn't suspect any danger, so they weren't that aggressive. Humans are the same thing, and people that think that there's gonna be a life if you sit behind a computer and click on advertisement, they're wrong. That is completely disabling you from knowing anything about the real world that might save your life. So again, that's also suicidal. It's devastating to me, because I can go to the beach and I have, it's a beautiful day yesterday. I made a little movie, and all these people are enjoying themselves, and they're all preoccupied with having a good time, paying their mortgage, getting the next car, and they know that they're driving this car, and they could know that this car is destroying their future. They're driving it. It's not a Prius. It's not an electrical car. It's not powered by solar panels. It's not powered by the sun directly. It's depleting some resource, but they don't give a fuck. They don't care about the balance of energy in the world. They think they can use it up. They think they can, like in India, you have this huge agricultural boom in some regions of India where they pump up water from the aquifers. At some point the water is run out. They don't have any more. And what happens then? Well, of course you got a huge population boom from the food production, so then you get a huge extinction of people. There's no food anymore. The same goes for oil. But it's not a problem because we have developed into a new species that can deal with these like say psychological disturbing incongruences. We have developed the mind to be dumb enough, to be suicidal enough, to accept these facts and only look like at our own generation. And it disgusts me. There's really no end to it. And I really think that I guess there's many people that look around them, and especially the older generation that came out of the war or in Europe or had some real hardship in the youth and have been striving, and of course have to suffer the realization that they have completely failed in creating a world that is a safe place to live for people. Because they had 50 years after the Second World War, and the world is one big mess. It sucks. They've all been cheating on each other, lying to each other. Nobody has been reliable. They have created the generation that is suicidal, that is now happy to be gaming every day. It's really, it should bring people to tears. But there are some, I think, that are, I feel like an alien. I don't fit in. I think there's many people like that just look around and say, "What the fuck is going on here, man? I have to get out." And I hope they do. Let's start a new country. Let's go to Australia or something, and let the rest of the world die.